Hello and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box we have the Tomica Premium Lamborghini Essenza. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at this one. I think this is the first Tomica Premium I have reviewed, so let's go ahead and dive on in and see if this one is worth adding to your collection. Alright, let's dive on into our casting here. So first things first, our proportions are really nice. Nothing looks wonky or tall or odd in any way, really. We'll go ahead and put the real life car up in the top right corner there, just so you can have a look at the comparison shot there kind of thing. Alright, and then going ahead and getting into the actual casted details. So this entire section here, this entire splitter is all plastic, all a piece of the base. And then these little bits here are attached to that as well. Dive planes casted in. This little lip piece is casted. Whatever this thing is, like this headlight-ish-esque section where the headlights would normally be on a street car, that's actually casted in. There's a lip, if you can just so hardly tell, right in that area. But it is actually casted in, which looks nice. This is kind of divoted in, as well are these kind of vent things. If you'll see this is actually textured as well. Moving down the side here, this entire skirt section is all a piece of the base. This piece is not. This is a casted in piece of the main body. All that kind of flows nicely into the intake section there. Moving on to the kind of top down, this entire divot for our roof scoop is casted in, looks good. All of this is all detailed in, part of the casting, looking great. Even this lip back here casted in. It's very hard to see, but if you look, there is kind of a swoosh, almost a lift right there, which looks really nice. Our rear wing is plastic, and actually our base, this comes disassembled. You actually have to install the wing and this section of the base yourself. And it's actually kind of fun. It's almost like a little Lego project. And then right here on the back, you'll see most of this is all kind of plastic. All of this diffuser and exhaust system and everything like that is all plastic. The main body stops at this kind of, the diecast body stops at this upper lip section here. But it really looks nice, and there's quite a bit packed in there. For our deco, this is obviously a real life deco. This is kind of the showcase, I guess you would say, the presentation colors for the Essenza, and it looks really good. We do have like a metal flake. I'm not sure how well you can see. We gotta have like a metal flake green there. All these tampos, I'm assuming, they're kind of fading in and out. Looks really good as it's going back. We even have it down through here. And it kind of, as you know, fades into this kind of gunmetal gray color, which has also got some metal flake in there. It looks really, really nice. We've got our 63 on both sides, and we have our 63 up front as well, which looks really, really good. And yeah, overall, I think this was the perfect choice to go. The only downside, I would say, is that this is the only one we actually got. Typically, Tomica Premium's release as 2 colors at a time. And this is the only one. There's no other color right now. But hopefully we get a second release in the future. So, moving into our details, we do have kind of where our headlight section would be on a normal car. Looking nice and good. We do have these little reflector thingies. Not exactly sure what these are, but they're on there. They look great. Lamborghini logo. 63, as we mentioned earlier. We do have these kind of rivet section things in there, which look really good. Moving down to the side, we do have these little reflector things on each side. We do have some etching kind of in the window section there, which looks really cool. And then we also have our gas cap on this side as well, casted in, and you got a tampo as well, looking really nice. And then into the back section here, which we showed off earlier, we do have tail lights back there, some brake lights. It's a little hard to see just from the nature of the car, but they're back there. And then we do have our diffuser all in there. We have exhaust, not super detailed in because it is just plastic, no kind of paint or anything there, but on a car like this, it's not super annoying that that's the way it is. but overall, the detailing is quite nice. Also, what we can note is we do have kind of accurate-ish wheels. So these are not the best looking, but they do kind of emulate the real-life wheels that the Essenza gets, which is pretty nice, pretty cool. Because they're still a plastic wheel, though, the tire and actual rim separation does not look amazing, but it's acceptable. So this is a Tomica Premium model, so it does roll, and it rolls very smoothly. Moving on to our pros and cons, I think the biggest pro that I can say about this one is the excellent proportions. You know, it looks very, very nice and very accurate as well. Without giving too much away, I think it's safe to say that this car, had kind of given us the illusion that perhaps it was difficult to do, or in 1/64th especially, and come out looking good, proportion-wise at least, just because perhaps some other brands had struggled with it in the past. And then the other big pro that I would say is our detailing. So it just came out looking really good. We got lots of casted in details, you know. The added in details are certainly not on the level of like Mini GT or something like that, but as far as the casted in details actually go, it's very nice. As far as our cons go, I kind of pointed them out earlier. The wheels don't look fantastic. I do love the actual rim choice because they are pretty accurate looking, but it's the distinction between the tire and the rim itself. I think perhaps the rims could have been a little bit done slightly different to not look quite as awkward as they do, and perhaps since this are premium models technically from Tomica, maybe it's time that Tomica Premium adds rubber tires, especially at the price point that they typically are. I think rubber tires is going to be something that they should maybe look into for the future. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some other Lamborghinis you might have, with the RMZ City Lamborghini Murcielago SV and the Mini GT Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. If you want to see these two models up close in person, they are both posted on my Instagram at Little Scale Cars. And here we have it with some other track-oriented supercars, with the Hot Wheels Pagani Zonda R and the Mini GT Ford GT Mark II. Now I know the size comparison you want to see is with the Hot Wheels Lamborghini Essenza. However, we're going to save that one for a diecast duel, so be prepared and get ready for that one. And with that, it is now time to give my overall opinion. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.7 out of 10. I absolutely love this thing. The only big thing that I would say is I wish I had rubber tires and perhaps the rims had been done ever so slightly differently. But other than that, this thing really came out nicely, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think the proportions are hugely amazing. That is the biggest draw to this casting, in my opinion, is the proportions. They're done really well. The details are really good, especially the casted ones. We don't get a ton of tampo work detail or anything like that, but as far as the casted in details, it's amazing. The deco was a perfect choice, and it was executed very nicely. Absolutely nothing wrong there. So yeah, just overall as a whole, the whole thing just works together nicely, and it comes out very, very nice. I really, really highly recommend this one. With that being said, though, I know you want to see the Hot Wheels comparison, and as I mentioned earlier, we will do that. That will be a diecast duel in the very near future. And with that, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model. And subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next video.